Today you're going to discover how 5 types of movement can be your greatest allies in keeping your body strong, functional, and full of energy, especially after the ages of 40, 50, and 60. This is not a video about miracle promises, but rather a practical, evidence-based analysis of how targeted exercise can positively influence your aging process. If you are interested in active longevity, keep watching. As we age, our body undergoes natural changes, such as the gradual loss of muscle mass and bone density. If not managed, these processes can lead to decreased mobility and a greater risk of falls and injuries. Understanding the importance of specific movements is fundamental to counteracting these effects, promoting a more independent and high-quality life for much longer. In this video, we will address 5 categories of fundamental exercises: strength, balance, mobility, flexibility, and cardiovascular capacity. For each one, I will explain why it is important and present a practical and adaptable exercise. The goal is to provide a clear guide so you can put together a safe and effective routine, focused on active and healthy longevity, without the need for complex equipment. My approach is based on studies of exercise physiology and the practical experience of guiding people to rediscover their strength and vitality at different stages of life. It's not about seeking the fountain of youth, but about applying scientific knowledge to optimize your health. This content is a compilation of recommendations widely accepted by health and wellness specialists for the mature audience. To truly understand the power of these movements, we first need to understand what happens inside our body over time. It's not about fighting aging, but about an intelligent partnership with it. Understanding the biological basis behind the need for these exercises is what transforms movement from a simple task into a powerful tool for self-care and health maintenance. The concept of anti-aging exercises does not refer to reversing time, but rather to combating specific biological processes that accelerate with age. One of the main ones is sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength. Studies published in journals like the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle indicate that we can lose 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade after age 30, and this rate can accelerate. This muscle loss does not only affect the strength to carry groceries or climb stairs, but also directly impacts our metabolism, making weight control more challenging. Furthermore, muscles play a crucial role in supporting our skeleton and maintaining balance, making their preservation a central pillar for fall prevention, a significant concern for the older population. Another fundamental process is osteopenia, the decrease in bone mineral density, which can evolve into osteoporosis. Our bones are living tissues that respond to stimuli. Exercises involving impact and resistance, like the ones we will see, send signals to bone cells to strengthen, making the skeleton more robust and resistant to fractures, which is essential for maintaining autonomy. Imagine your body as a complex structure. The bones are the supporting beam, and the muscles are the steel cables that keep everything stable and functional. Over time, without proper maintenance, the beams can weaken, and the cables can lose tension. Vitality exercises function as the maintenance team, systematically reinforcing each component to ensure the structure remains solid and safe. Now that we understand why we need to act, we can explore exactly which actions are the most effective. It's not about just any exercise, but about targeted movements that directly address these vulnerabilities. Let's start with the foundation of everything: muscle strength and balance, which are the guardians of your independence and safety in everyday life. The first essential movement is the squat, or its variation of sitting down and standing up from a chair. This exercise is one of the most complete for the body, as it recruits large muscle groups in the legs and glutes, in addition to requiring core activation for stabilization. Maintaining strength in these areas is directly proportional to your ability to walk, climb stairs, and stand up independently and safely. To execute correctly, keep your feet shoulder-width apart and your chest open. If you are using a chair, control the descent until you sit down and use the strength of your legs to stand up, avoiding momentum with your arms. If you do a free squat, imagine you are sitting in an invisible chair, keeping your knees aligned with your feet. Regularity is more important than initial depth. The second exercise focused on this area is the plank. Although it seems simple, The plank is a powerful isometric exercise that strengthens your entire core, including your abdominal, lumbar, and pelvic muscles. A strong core is like a natural seatbelt for your spine, protecting it from pain and injury, as well as being the basis for good balance, essential among exercises for the elderly. It is important to note that quality surpasses quantity. It is preferable to hold a plank with correct posture for 20 seconds than a misaligned one for a minute. If the floor plank is too challenging, start by doing it on the wall or supported on a table. The limitation here would be for people with shoulder or wrist injuries, who should seek a variation or professional guidance. The combination of leg strength and a stable core creates a solid and safe base for all your movements. However, having strength without the ability to move fluidly is like having a powerful engine in a car with the steering locked. Therefore, we now need to address mobility and cardiovascular health, components that ensure that this strength is functional and useful. Now let's focus on spinal mobility with the trunk rotation. Sitting in a chair with your spine straight or standing, gently twist your trunk to one side, using your hands to help lightly, without forcing. Hold for a few seconds and repeat on the other side. This simple movement helps lubricate the joints of the vertebral column, relieving stiffness and improving posture. Maintaining spinal mobility is crucial, as a stiff spine can lead to chronic pain and limit basic movements, such as turning to look behind you. This exercise is low impact and can be done daily, even during work breaks. It is an excellent complement to strength exercises, ensuring that your support structure, the spine, remains healthy and functional. The fourth pillar is cardiovascular health, and the most accessible exercise for this is brisk walking or marching in place. The goal is to raise your heart rate in a sustained way. This strengthens the heart muscle, improves blood circulation, and increases lung capacity. According to the World Health Organization, 150 minutes of moderate activity per week brings significant benefits. The beauty of walking is its adaptability. You can do it outdoors on a treadmill or simply marching in place while watching television. The important thing is to maintain a pace that leaves you slightly out of breath, but still able to converse. If you have joint problems, marching in place or a stationary bike are low-impact alternatives to obtain the same cardiovascular benefits. Finally, the fifth element is flexibility through the cat-cow stretch. On all fours, alternate between arching your spine up, like a cat, and down. This is one of the best exercises for spinal vitality. Now that you know the 5 movements, the real challenge is integrating them consistently and safely into your routine to reap the long-term benefits. To turn this knowledge into action, start gradually. You don't need to do everything every day. Aim to perform strength and balance exercises, such as the squat and the plank, 2 to 3 times a week on non-consecutive days. On the other days, focus on walking and mobility and flexibility exercises, such as trunk rotation and the cat-cow. You can find visual guides and tutorials from reliable sources like the National Institute on Aging, U.S. National Institute on Aging, or certified physical therapist channels on YouTube, which demonstrate the correct form. Always remember that correct execution is more important than speed or the number of repetitions. Listen to your body and respect your limits. Be realistic with the results. You will not feel a transformation overnight. The benefits of active longevity are built with consistency over weeks and months. The initial goal should be to create the habit. After a few weeks, you will start noticing small improvements such as more ease climbing stairs or less stiffness upon waking. If this practical guide has been helpful to you, consider leaving a comment below sharing which of these exercises you plan to incorporate into your routine, or perhaps what other movement has worked for you. Your experience can inspire and help others in our community who are also looking to age with more health and vitality. And of course, subscribing to the channel helps us continue bringing quality content. Remember that movement is one of the most powerful tools you possess to manage your health throughout life. It's not about defying aging, but about navigating it with strength, grace, and autonomy. Start small, be consistent, and celebrate every progress. Your future body will thank you for the intelligent choices you are making today.